Hello boomers! Today we are going to learn about adverbs of frequency. Don't worry, it's an easy and useful topic for your daily English. Now, what are adverbs of frequency? Adverbs of frequency are words that tell us how often or how frequently we do an action. Okay, this chart have the adverbs of frequency most commonly used. The first one is always, then we have usually, often, sometimes, rarely, and never. As you can see, in front or next to the adverbs of frequency, we have a percentage. That means how often you do the action. 100% means that you always do the action, and 0% means you never do that action. So, how can we identify when to use usually and often? Usually is when you do an action almost every time, almost 100%, but not that much. For example, I always brush my teeth every morning, but I usually drink coffee at morning. Means that I do that action many times, almost every time. Now, I often eat breakfast in the morning. Means that I do less that action. So we can identify when to use usually or often depends on how frequently I do that action. The same happens with sometimes and rarely. Sometimes is when you do an action half the time. Not always, but not never. A 50%. For example, I sometimes eat pizza on weekends, maybe 2 weeks per month. And rarely, it's when you do an action that almost never happen. I rarely go to the park, for example. So this means that sometimes is more frequently than rarely for you to understand. Now, maybe you're asking yourself, where do I place the adverb of frequency in a sentence? Well, in affirmative sentences is the subject, the adverb of frequency, and the verb. He usually drinks coffee. She often reads books. In negative sentences, we write the subject, the negative auxiliary, and the adverb of frequency. For example, she doesn't often eat breakfast. Obviously, subject, negative auxiliary, adverb of frequency, and the verb. They don't often travel. Okay? Now, in questions is more simple. The auxiliary, the subject, the adverb of frequency, and the verb. Does she often read books? Do you usually wake up early? Now, this is all the explanation of adverb of frequency. I hope that you understand it well. For any questions, contact us by this blog.